Greetings, everyone. This is Lady B with Lady Bonsai's Verdant Oracle. I have a March love reading just because I think that really when spring starts to come to fruition and we're entering more into the spring season, that's when things kind of start to bloom. So I don't really follow calendar things. It's more of an intuition. So my intuition told me to do readings for love for the month of March. So we have 5 groups today. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, and Group 5. If you need to pause the video, feel free to do so and just kind of pick what's what. If you want to select more than one reading, also fine. If you are masculine or feminine, or you select a different gender, just kind of make it apply to you. I channel as I channel. So whatever is vibing with you, take that. If something doesn't, don't. I really encourage to use these readings as a jumping point for introspection and self-improvement. We can't ever know the future because there's too many variables, but it's always good to pause and to ask ourselves questions, especially pertaining to love and relationships. So without further ado, we're going to start with group 1. Judgment, Death, 3 of Swords, and the Sun. I'm just going to lay all of the cards out, and then we're going to look at the story. As it unfolds. We have 5 of Wands. And we have 9 of Wands. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Assuredness, and take a stand. It's time to show the world just how damn tough you are. Bam! All right. From the Akashic, we have the King of Roses. And we have the 2 of Scrolls, 2 of Worlds. 2 of Squirrels. You know, sometimes they stop. Can't talk. Okay, so we have Needle and Thread. A sincere wish will be granted. And then we have birth or conception of a child or enterprise. King of Swords. And we have the Moon and 2 of Swords. So going to our first story, we have Judgment. So there's something heralding a major transition. Um, Death isn't necessarily physical. Usually the death card is the card of transformation, but it's like that extreme transformation from within where you get an aha moment and it slowly transitions. So this is very different from the Tower card where it's a sudden surprise. This is a slow realization, the dawning of the slow realization, like the sun is rising here. You're finally getting to a point where you're realizing some hard truths. And in realizing some hard truths about your relationship and the cost of happiness within your relationship, and how these hard truths are affecting your happiness and well-being. So, come on. Do stuff. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. Uh, the time has run out. They're holding hourglasses, these two people, and they're facing one another with truth. So you are finally coming to this point where you're burning the mistruths and misdeeds of your relationship, and you're looking at each other honestly. Or maybe you are just, looking at the relationship honestly, and you're saying to yourself, that's not good enough. What's happening isn't good enough. The time has run out. I've given this a lot of thought and I've given this a lot of time. And my self realization, even though it's painful, is a really, really good transformative. And I have to focus on my own self. And I have to focus on loving myself so that way I can love others. And this relationship is making me feel like I'm continuously in this line of people that have to bow down before this one guy. So there's some ego struggles. The sun is always kind of like that ego struggle. And you see this guy here, he's removed his shoes, and it's just kind of like paying homage to the ego of a great intellect, and you're trying to learn, you're trying to think about. I feel like this is like all the different things that you've tried to do in this relationship. These people represent, like, you've tried to say, yes, you're right. You've tried to assess a situation and learn more about it. You've tried to, dig deeper, do more research. You've tried to barter. You've tried to say, yes, that's fine. You've tried to look the other way. You've tried to look this way. You've tried arguments. So the time has really run its course on this relationship. And I feel like this guy here, he's all like, maybe I'll just exit the back way because he's not noticing me, you know? Um, and I feel like with the owl, that's like the moon card is secrets, and the owl usually represents death in many traditions or communications from your ancestors or beyond. So, in that sense, it's really time to let things go and decide. You need to decide if you're going to be in this emotional outlet where you're always kind of like bowing and scraping and trying to come up with it'll happen, trying to come up with different ways to please this other, or if you're going to actually hit land and you're going to find some footing, because you can't live in two places at once. You have to transition out of this. You have to make the decision of what is healthy for you. You have to challenge the situation and say, this is not good enough. You have to stand tall and take a stand and show not only this person, but yourself and the world just how damned tough you are. And also that, you know, you deserve a better life. When we make efforts like this, when we finally dig deep and come from a place of love, and we focus through the situation through a lens of love and acceptance, and when we're able to say, I do care for you, I love you, and our relationship is not enough for me. The way that we communicate, where it's your way or the highway, and where your intelligence always knocks out everything that I have to say, isn't enough for me anymore. And I feel like I deserve better. I want a different relationship. Now, will that mean that this person changes? I don't know. I don't know your situation, you know. But there is this there is this concept of, you know, being in two different worlds. Like, you're doing your thing and they're doing their thing. And, you know, you're contemplating something better. You're wanting someone to contemplate, you know, a more romantic future with you. You want to have somebody in your life that does better. And the situation where it's almost like you can't win with this other person, you know. So uh I'm just going to pause the reading. If you want to message me at verdantbonsai@gmail.com, I can address that. But during the readings, I'm just going to focus on what I'm channeling. So thank you so much. And then I will return to the reading. So uh, because of this energy where you're constantly having to struggle and please this person that makes you jump through the hoops, you're really feeling like, you know, you're just living your own life almost separately, because it's too much trouble trying to deal with trying to impress this person. So you're moving away, and then you're contemplating this different world. You're contemplating what romance and love would be like outside of this relationship, or if this relationship improved. You know, like the King of Roses, like there's an empty throne right there. You know, he's waiting to fill it with someone that is going to be of worth and value, that he can love. And this woman or the feminine or the other is contemplating, you know, life outside of the relationship. Because if you look, there's flowers over here, and then there's a castle over here. So it's almost like, you know, someone else is waiting. So we also have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So I feel like almost that, you know, there's either a desire for another, like someone else is holding a torch for you. And look, this man, just like with here, he has his hand over her mouth. Like he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't care. He's just going to do what he's going to do, and he's going to have that relationship that he's going to have. But there's somebody else in the background, you know, whether you know them or not, or, you know, this is like something better once you finally take a stand and you say, no, enough is enough. So there's someone else better for you, because you should never be in a relationship that makes you bow and scrape. And then for our other messages, a sincere wish will be granted. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Something new, you know, maybe this decision of finally saying enough is enough is going to make you engage with something better. You know, you're finally going to say, you know what, I've been wanting to do something, and this relationship has been draining me dry, and all of my energy has been going to pleasing this person, but finally enough is enough, and I'm going to, you know, either go back to school or start that business that I always wanted to start. I'm going to transform my life. I'm going to say enough is enough, and I'm going to let the sun shine. So for group one, really it hinges on figuring out where you need to take that stand and where you need to focus your inner light, to see the world through the lens of love, because really that's going to be your guiding principle in this transition. Okay, thank you so much. Moving on to two. Group two. Two of Cups, Three of Swords in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, and Seven of Wands. Nine of Pentacles, Death, and Two of Chalices. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Sadness. Allow yourself the space to feel miserable, mourn what has been lost or what cannot be. If you don't take the time now, your sadness will catch up with you later when you're least expecting it. Two of Cups. We have a double up on the Two of Cups. Three of Keys, Six of Roses, and Five of Roses. I'm hearing it's all fun and games until someone loses an eye. Ooh. We have career and control your anger or you will be sorry. And then we have Emperor and Eight of Pentacles. And one more. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So when I was looking at these cards, I heard gossip. Gossip, rumors. You know, like somebody galloping in and saying, hey, have you heard? Have you heard? And so you're just kind of like left stunned, you know? So it looks like you found out about the gossip and the happenings about, you know, who you love, what's going on, and you're taking a stand against it. So in this reading, I just want to point out that we have Two of Cups 3 times. So there's a very, very like strong reference to a partnership and a union. Now, could it be a business union? Because that's a relationship too. Could you love what you do? Sure, absolutely. But this is a love reading, so we're just going to stick with that. I feel like you had to become really fierce, and you are taking a stand against people taking too much without your permission. And that's where the sadness is coming from. Like, there's a strong partnership in the background. I feel like your relationship is fine. You know, that's not at risk. Y'all are fine. What you're battling is outside crap, you know, where someone is just trying to direct arrows and play games and try to topple you over and like win something. And you're angry about it because they're messing with your interpersonal relationship. And it's also affecting your career. Like, I feel like whatever's going on can be work related. Like, maybe it's, you know, somebody at work that has power and, you know, they're trying to control how you relate to your personal relationship, or, you know, they're trying to move in, or they're trying to put the pressure on, and maybe they're like feeling jealous about what's going on. So that could be one possibility. I feel like if that's the case, you're going to be fine because you're all the way up here. You're just kind of like, I'm fine. Like, I'm doing the things that I need to do in order to protect myself against this situation. But if this is like a friend situation, don't let it blow up so much that it's going to affect your work and your career. Don't transition that anger into your work and career. Kind of try to keep this as an appropriate expression towards the person that needs to receive this, like cutting off point. And I feel like, you know, whatever is happening with the gossip and the slander, you're gonna do fine. Like, you'll deal with it. It's just a waste of time. You know, it's just a waste of energy. It's a waste of time, but you really need to mourn the loss, and you really need to ask yourself, like why the slander is happening, and draw the appropriate boundaries and conclusions. As far as your relationship, let me draw some clarifiers for your relationship. What's going on with the relationship for group 2? What's going on for the relationship for group 2? So I have 2 different decks, just for clarification. I have cards that fell out. So I have strength on the bottom, so I'm going to pull that card for you guys. Yeah, like I said, this is like slightly affecting your relationship. Like you're upset about it, but there's like an equal balance in your relationship, and you have, strength, which is passion or lust, and then you're also having this moment where you're like, what the heck happened? What's going on? And you're just kind of like, what am I supposed to do about this external situation? These 2 people are talking about all of this stuff that isn't real. But I feel like you have like the prayer moment about it, but then you return to your relationship and kind of start weeding your garden, and taking care of the things that you need to take care of to clear the situation up, because your partnership is strong. So make sure that you're using your discretion in this situation in a way that is going to light up your world, and that you give yourself the appropriate space to mourn and to like analyze what's going on in order to know what to do with the next step, and to control your anger, so that way you don't come up with situations that will hurt your outside world. Like you won't hurt your career, gossip and rumors, it's just the exterior. If you have a good relationship with someone, you have a good family life, sometimes just letting that stuff go is way easier than holding on to all of the negative crap. So thank you so much, group 2. Moving on to group 3. Group 3. Hi, group 3. So for group 3, we have 2 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and 1 of Wands. Six of Swords, 10 of Cups, Queen of Wands, and 2 of Swords. Nine of Wands. Hope is the conduit for miracles. And another card snuck in. Oh my gosh. I surrender to a power greater than me. That's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh, finally. Finally. Oh my gosh. The first 2 are so intense. And then we have amazement. You have worked hard to get everything just the way it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment. Everything is as it should be. Hard work ahead. I know everyone always loves hearing that. The Akashic Library. Marriage. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. And then we have the Sun and the Magician. And then we have unsuccessful plans. And discord among friends and family. Marriage is on the table. And that's why there's hard work ahead. Marriage is it's a mixed bag, man. It is what it is. It can be great some days, and then other days it's a little bit of a challenge because it's always like two people coming together to create something. So if you have a good relationship, then kind of builds itself. But with the Akashic Library here, I feel like this is already like predestined and written in the stars. Like you had your proposal, there was like an offer of love. This is probably somebody that puts his other on a pedestal. So I feel like that's good. It's almost like there's, the honeymoon period. The honeymoon period is happening, and then like we have the building of the family. And then there's passion. You guys are fine. You're fun and like you're fine and flirty, The you have the Sun and the Magician, so I feel like there's a co-creation happening. So this brings to mind that fairy tale of the sister who took the stinging nettle and knit the shirts for her brothers who were turned into swans by the Wicked Witch. And the princess in the story couldn't speak about what was going on like that. If she did, then she wouldn't be able to turn her brothers back into human beings. So I feel like the dark man, the knot, and the mice, like this stuff here really pertains to a task that you're kind of keeping to yourself. And you're not like, you might have brought it up, but you're not like rehashing it all the time, because you're just kind of like aware of the work that needs to happen in order for you to reach your goal. And you have like that focus and passion and determination to take you to your goal. Like you're weaving, you're using like positive energy, and you're creating this other thing. And you have the support from the universe. And then, you're just kind of like at this point where you're looking at what you've accomplished so far. But I feel like with hope is the conduit for miracles, and I surrender to a power greater than me. No matter what the fears may be, like I feel like the stuff is just like the what ifs, and I'm not sure what this guy is, what his deal is, but I almost feel like there's someone, like from reading these cards, I almost feel like there's someone that is like wanting to step out of the situation. Or someone is being enticed to step out of the situation, but the relationship is strong enough where it's not an issue. And you're just kind of surrendering the situation to a power greater than yourself. Let me get some clarification. Can you please give me, see, clarification just popped out. So we have the King of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles again, the Three of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. I feel like this union is, and I feel like this union is fine. And we have the Moon, like this is, again, this is worries over nothing. I feel like overall, I feel like this might be the guy. I feel like overall, you have a good thing going, and you just need to slow down and surrender, and just let things evolve, and switch your mindset to the positive, and allow things to grow. A lot of times when we have the Magician paired with the Sun, it's almost like the Magician wants things instantaneously, but the Sun is trying to teach us to let things unfold and just to chill. So I feel like in this situation, it's really calling for you to chill, because things are as they should be at the moment. And the external worries that you may have in your mind about something is just the external. Don't let it keep you up at night. Sometimes you don't need to know everything either. And, whoever this person is that's stressing you out with their words, it might be a woman, it's a general reading, it's with masculine energy. I was just, yeah, I was shuffling in the back and two cards just fell out. You have Two of Swords and 10 of Cups. So if I'm reading this intuitively, like these two people are happy, if you take a look at that, like they're just like two peas in a pod, right? And I feel like they're protecting one another. At a moment now. Sorry, guys. The focus, I swear. Okay, so it's not wanting to focus. So these two people look like, they're two peas in a pod, and they're protecting one another. And then we have the 10 of Cups, and that's just, a happy family. So I feel like it's no big deal. You know, whatever's happening, like you don't need to have it happen right away. Just kind of sit back and enjoy the now, and breathe and just allow life to happen, and practice gratitude, and don't rush things, and don't leap into situations just because you want them right now, because then you might wind up getting hurt. You really want to be in that energy of gratitude and receiving, um, and don't let the other baggage that other people carry confuse you and where you and your relationship is going, because you know better than anyone what's happening between you and your other. So, yeah, just rely more on the surrender, and allow hope to come into your life, and allow that to be the conduit for the miraculous unfolding of your life, and just know that everything is as it should be. Thank you so much, group 3. I hope that made sense. Sometimes I get these messages and I'm all like, I don't know, I'm just reading piles. Okay. Number 4. We have 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 4 of Cups. Letting the past die. The Chariot. Woo. Hello. 10 of Wands. The Devil. 7 of Cups. 9 of Cups. The healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Frustration. Your frustration is not wasted energy if it is channeled positively to create better outcome for yourself. Embrace frustration and work with it, not against it. So someone is getting triggered by the past, and you guys just need to let it die. Sometimes you just need to let the past die. We have Spring, Autumn, the Waterfall, and Birth. Could be that some of you are pregnant, and you're coming into, or you're going to be pregnant, and you're going to be coming into that time where, you're feeling hormonal, and that's totally valid. And that's a lot of frustration and crazy making. So you have taking a vacation physically or mentally, a journey either physical or mental. Someone's going on vacation. A wish is granted. Someone new is entering your life. It's birth. Advice from a friend. Frustration. And then we have the 9 of Cups again. So wish is definitely being granted. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So the single woman becomes the married woman, or, becomes the mom. You could be a single mom. Maybe that's the frustration. And maybe you're just taking a vacation, and you're allowing yourself the time to heal. Maybe you took a vacation and you got pregnant, and that's why you're seeking advice from a friend, because you're feeling frustrated and you don't know what to do. Or you had, like an affair with someone and you kind of let passionate feelings take over and it wasn't real. It was just a fleeting moment. But I feel like, it says that someone else's new is coming into your life and you need to allow true healing to occur. On the opposite end of that, it could be that, someone from the past returned that you thought wasn't going to return. And they gave you a love offering, during like a time when you were just kind of taking care of yourself. And, you've matured from the nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, where, you're more satisfied with your life now. Like you've grown from the single, and you're married now and you're pregnant and like your life is going well. And, you have your success and your wishes fulfilled, and they run into you and they say something and it's frustrating. That could be another interpretation. And then another thing here could be that in the spring or summer, there's going to be this rush of abundance in your life where you're going to feel cleansed. Or sorry, the spring or autumn, you're going to feel like this rush of being cleansed, and you're going to welcome someone new into your life. And it'll feel as if you're constantly on vacation with them, and it's going to be like this passionate love affair where you fulfill each other's wishes, and maybe there's like a private feeling where, you're healing from something that happened in the past, and, you get advice from a friend to deal with like that little bit of frustration. Because you don't want to be triggered, or you're feeling like it's too much of a good thing, and you're just kind of like, oh my God, like everything is great, but it feels like too much of a good thing. And like, there's this level of frustration where I'm just kind of like, what the heck is going on? It could also be like frustration could also be like, you're just antsy, and it feels like sometimes like it feels like life is such a blessing that like, oh my God, what else is going to happen? And that's like when we get triggered and we start like messing ourselves up because we're like creating weird things now because like, oh, it's so good. And it's almost like in your own mind you're like, it can't be that good, like now I'm gonna start like creating weird things. But I don't know, I feel like this is, someone new is entering your life, and it's gonna be this wish that's come true, like this amazing relationship is going to happen, and you're going to be able to, really honor that relationship with someone else, and be able to express yourself in a positive way, or like maybe you were hurt in the past, and those past moments are almost being replaced by the sweeter memories that are being made now. And your frustration is going away because you're dealing with your triggers, and you're giving yourself time and space to heal. I'm just going to pull a few clarifiers here. Knight of Chalices. Yeah, there's a total love offer that's coming your way. Someone new is entering your life. And we have the Wheel of Fortune that popped out, and the four of Pentacles. Try not, so I think like this is like this. This is like this right here. So there's going to be a love offer, your knight in shining armor that's destined to come during a time or place where you're uh, reevaluating life, or you're like on vacation, and you're in a place through your triggers, and you're trying to make new memories, and you're building a good solid foundation, and like there this person is, and they're just kind of like, hi, someone new is entering your life. You're coming into a season of abundance, and you're coming into a season where you're going to, and I just pulled, this is going to be a twin flame. This is going to be a twin flame situation. Your twin flame is coming into your life, or your soulmate, or however it is that you want to define it. I'm just going to pull some extra cards, because this is really like the Seven of Cups can also be like, your realization of your fantasies, or like your realization of the sweetness of your dreams, where all of the cups are fulfilled. That is, I feel like you've been frustrated. You've been frustrated by the past, and maybe somebody disappointed you, and you had to heal from that disappointment. Give me a clarifier for the front. And yeah, you're on this new journey. You're on this new explorative journey, and that's when the passion happens. Ooh. And that's when you meet your someone. And on the bottom of the deck is the sun. This is, you have a wish being granted, and then you have 2 9 of Cups, which is wishes being granted. Like this is, you've done the hard work. You've cleared a space at your table for someone new to come in, and they're coming either in the spring or the autumn. And this is going to be with waves of abundance in your life, because you have been clearing away the garbage out of your life. You have taken a strong look at your past. You have started to build new memories, or you're, regaining your innocence, and you have your foundation. And I feel like normally this is hoarding. So like, yes, be careful of, hoarding your love and affection. But I feel like with the right wisdom and governance, you have your foundation, you have what you're willing to give to someone, and then you have the experience and the wisdom from the past. And then, this is the flow of the universe. This is like your cup that's going to be filled. So if the Four of Pentacles is approached correctly, it can be a wonderful springboard for a stable and balanced foundation. And I feel like if you've gotten there, your twin flame or soulmate, or your other is coming into your life, and it's predestined. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Sun card, you have the Seven of Cups, which is, I really feel like, because of the twin flames here, look, the twin flames here too, and the turtle. There's the turtle. There's a little turtle right there. Like, I feel like this other that is coming into your life, he's going to be like, yep, this is my dream come true. I want to marry her, or be partnered with her or him. They're my wish come true. I feel like this is new and exciting, and we're just pulled towards each other. There's a lot of passion there, a lot of passion there. But it's like a long-lasting something. It's really cool, guys. Don't let your frustrations with the past knock you out of play. Like use that energy as a springboard to let go and to close the doors on that and forgive. And you don't always need closure with another person. Sometimes deciding that no closure is way healthier, and just wishing somebody blessings and letting them go is way healthier than trying to hold on to a situation, because I feel like if you're still being triggered and you're still in this energy, um you're going to be kind of like in this crazy maze, and your loved ones are going to be like, hey, why are you in this crazy maze? You're not going to be able to open your life up to let someone else new. You're not going to, if you're still kind of like running around with all of this craziness and you're still focusing on what happened, like, oh, they left or whatever, you're still feeling frustrated and hurt. It's just going to block you from letting all of this other good stuff in. So if you are doing the work, if you just kind of are letting all of this go, you have a wonderful opportunity to create space for that someone to enter your life who is going to be knocking you off your feet. All right. Thank you so much, group 4. Wonderful reading. That was a good one. I like that one. Sometimes I get sad ones and I'm all like, why? But you know what? There's someone out there that needs to hear it. Okay. In group 5. 3 of Cups. Knave of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Strength. Wheel of Fortune. King of Cups. 2 of Wands. 9 of Cups. The Sun. 6 of Cups. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. 2 of Forces. The Muse. Have another Sun card. Indifference. Some things are worth worrying over, but this isn't one of them. Let go of the situation and reclaim the happiness that has been stolen from you via these past events. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. August. We have the 9 of Wands, 6 of Cups again, 9 of Swords, the Hermit, 2 of Cups, Justice, 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and Six of Swords. Oh my gosh. Don't be indifferent to what is going on around you. If you have, spent sleepless nights wondering when your other is coming into your life, or, you're distracted by worrying about other things, or you're feeling like you're stuck, don't let it jade you, and don't like be in this place of come between you. Don't leave yourself open to mental traps, or I feel like, like tricking yourself into creating problems that aren't there. Like if you feel like someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want, like you need to cultivate that sense of indifference, because some things aren't worrying over. I feel like you have blessings coming to you, and I feel like if you're gonna worry about this exterior crap, this message has come through like in a different way in the previous reading, but I feel like there's things that are, coming into your life that if you keep on with this bullshit, it's going to hinder you, because you have to remember that there's a stream of love supporting your dreams. If it's something that is a big transition or a big gift, or, like the light shining through the willow, like I feel like the heralding of, the beginning of something where you're going to meet someone that inspires you, that is, someone that is going to sing the song of your heart. And again, we have a twin flame card. Sorry, guys. We have the twin flame card. We have the two cards for the sun. We have all of these supporting cards that, are telling you to stand strong in your beliefs. You're already on top of the mountain. You're surrounded by good friends and family. You are someone who has, really done the work. Like you're in there's introspection, like, you almost, you have gone within, you've done the soul searching, and there's the balancing of karma in your love life, where you're going to have like the dream and the family that you always wanted. And I almost feel like this is a masculine energy coming through, so like that this isn't for someone from the feminine. For group 4, I feel like that was more the message for the feminine, and this is more coming through for the message of the masculine. So you have been searching for, the turn of events, and you've felt stuck in your love life. You maybe were trying to communicate with your divine feminine, and you were worrying about it and you didn't know how to approach it. And maybe there's something happening in your life where you finally feel like you're stable enough around August or September to let your muse know, and you're going to offer the stream of love and support to them, um, and you're going to approach this person. Sorry about that. You're going to approach this person with a gift of love, um, and you're going to be able to talk to them the night. You're going to share meals, like you're going to get to know them, and they're going to become your Nine of Cups. You know, you guys are going to travel together. You leap off into the distance, but this is you. Like, you have secured your financial freedom. Like, there's a scar on this bull's face, you know, but he stands firmly in in his foundation and what he's built. He has experience and confidence, and he he can weather the storm, you know, and he does want that karmic union and love, and you know, there's a wisdom to him, and he wants to have like this playful approach, and he's willing to stand up for what he believes in, and you know, he wants to like love and protect you, and to be your best friend, and to live, you know, a life of love and devotion with you. And you know, like, he wants to make your dreams come true. He wants to offer you love, and he wants to, you know, make you feel like you two can ride off into the sunset together. And it's something that he has been, you know, wanting for a really long time, you know, to celebrate your love and passion for each other, and to, like, you know, whisper in your ear about the things that he's been wanting to say. So wow, yeah, amazing. I'm just gonna get a few more cards for group 5. Okay, there we go. 5 of Cups and King of Wands and 4 of Swords. Maybe you know, you've been in a 3-party situation, and now finally you've come out of it, and that was the wedge. You know, finally he sees his opportunity where he can make a passionate offer to you, where, you know, you're not being held back, you're just kind of like recouping, and you know, he can make that love offer, and you know, tell you the secret of you being his muse. That could also, you know, be why he has been feeling like he can't sleep at night, and the wedge, you know, like he really felt like he was your twin flame, but you were in this karmic relationship, and finally you're not, and finally he can put all of this behind you, guys, and you know, just like move forward and create like an environment of healing, and let you know that he's your other. So thank you so much, guys. Group 5, I really appreciate you watching and liking and subscribing or disliking. You know, if the messages resonated with you, awesome. If they didn't, you know, they're not meant for you. That's okay. So I am super excited that you guys joined me, and I am very grateful for you spending your time with me, and I wish you good karmic energy in the month of March, and moments and times where you can allow yourself to introspect on things and to slow down and to just remember that we're all human and we all deserve love. So I thank you very much, and I wish you just a month of abundance and love. Thank you kindly. Namaste.